is by calling into the website Feb17 Voices. This lets them record an audio message, which is then put up on the web. Here's one of them.
The day we left, we had killings, rioting in the streets. I don't know if this was true, but what we heard from people as in reference that some houses, women got raped by them. And so we had to leave that location. Things have been quiet after his speech. Thousands of people left in fear, even if you're anti-government. They went into the streets and they were very scared. They raised up the green flag and started chanting, "Yeah, we want Gaddafi, we want Gaddafi." He announced that with a text message that the schools have been back in order. Everyone should start working. Everyone should go back to their ordinary lives. We heard from terrorists in Benghazi. They said there's supposed to be a march of dozens of people coming towards our way.
A very harrowing account there now. As you've seen, the military appear to have given up the clampdown on some areas of Libya. Pictures are emerging of the aftermath of recent fighting. This video posted to the web is claimed to have been filmed at Benghazi airport. The unidentified men in the clip say it shows an armoured personnel carrier used by what they say were foreign mercenaries. They claim the fighters were drinking alcohol and using drugs. The pictures appear to show ammunition and military uniforms and countless spent shells. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with the latest, including our live blog, which is updated throughout the day. The address, aljazeera.net/English. There's new video, opinion and analysis from both inside and outside of Libya. Plenty more to come, but for now, David, back to you.
Thank you very much indeed. We're off to Europe. There's real concern there about a possible large number of refugees flooding into the European countries coming from Libya. Let's go to Stephen Cole in London for more. Stephen.
Thanks, David. It's Italy is the strongest voice on this topic, backed up by a number of Mediterranean neighbours. And in Brussels, there has been today an emergency meeting to talk about illegal immigration. And there's been an urgent request, that's how it's been described, for help to cope with the potentially large numbers of people. But some EU ministers are taking a more cautious line. They're warning Italy against over-dramatising the situation, saying far fewer refugees than expected have arrived in Europe so far. Well, Harry Smith joins us live from Rome now. Harry, Italy could well be at the epicentre of a potential refugee crisis. So what kind of response, European response, are the Italians hoping for?
What the Italians are hoping for is solidarity. As you say, they will be at the epicenter. I mean, they're talking about, you've mentioned in terms of millions. What they were talking about yesterday was perhaps 300,000. There's large numbers of people who live in Libya who are from sub-Saharan Africa, and they believe that large numbers of them will try to get to Europe if law and order breaks down in Libya. What they're asking the European Union to do is show some kind of solidarity, not just with Italy, but with France, Spain, Cyprus, Malta and Greece. They went to the European Union today. They had a meeting of all 27 interior ministers. They want some sort of financial help. They want some sort of diplomatic pressure to be brought on Libya. This is what the Italian interior minister had to say a short time ago.
We are in front of a humanitarian emergency, and I ask Europe to settle all the necessary measures to deal with a catastrophic humanitarian emergency. We cannot be left alone. This is my request.
Well, there you are. That's the view of one minister. But generally, Harry, what's been the reaction from politicians across the political divide there in Rome?
Politicians here differ. There's a huge disagreement about where responsibility lies. There's a lot of criticism of Berlusconi for his closeness with Colonel Gaddafi. Should he have been so close? Should he have made so many economic ties? Should he have made many cultural ties as well. There's a lot of criticism about the government here, but what Italians really need, or what they most feel at the moment, is that they cannot take another wave of emergency immigration. I mean, they suffered a lot when Tunisia, when there was the chaos there, and they can see the same thing happening if and when Libya collapses. So what they're looking for is simply not just economic help, but also diplomatic help from their European neighbours.
All right, Harry, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for joining us from Rome. Well, the turmoil in Libya is throwing up forgotten voices from the country's past. Libya was once a monarchy until Muammar Gaddafi took power in a military coup, seized power in a military coup in the late 1960s. The exiled king has long since died, but now his successor has been speaking out from London. He's asking the international community to help remove Gaddafi from power. Barnaby Phillips went to meet him.
Libya, former Italian colony, becomes an independent state, and the Emir Idris el-Senussi is crowned its king, acclaimed by crowds of loyal subjects.
January 1952, and King Idris takes the Libyan throne, a close friend of the West. But the monarchy did not last. Colonel Gaddafi led the 1969 coup, and those loyal subjects quickly changed sides. In London, I've been talking to King Idris's exiled successor, Mohammed, who calls himself the Crown Prince. Is he now in touch with the leaders of the movement to oust the Gaddafi regime?
I think everybody, they lead the revolution. There is no particular people. The whole Libyan people, they lead this revolution, especially young people.
But obviously some people are more important than others. For example, generals who might have changed sides. Are you trying to contact the powerful people?
What I try to do now to stop the massacre, I try to put pressure and call the international community to stop this killing. Gaddafi, he must leave, and that's what I try to do every day.
So what should the international community do, and what can the international community do?
The international community, they know the way to stop the massacre.
But are you in favour of military intervention from the international community?
I think anything stop killing, I will support it.
Are you planning to return to Libya? Are you thinking of going home now?
It's not the issue now going home. Of course my heart is with my people there, but the main issue now is the massacre. This is the main issue.
This is an anti-Gaddafi revolution, if you like. It's not a pro-monarchy, not a pro-restoration of the monarchy movement, is it?
Of course, yeah. People came in the street, by themselves after 40 years, and they asked for freedom. They asked to live as a human. That's what they ask.
Do you think the restoration of the monarchy in Libya would be a good idea?
This is up to Libyan people, but again, there is a human disaster and people dying, and this is what make me move now and use all my contact to stop this blood.
Sir, thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera English.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Well, not surprisingly, the crisis in Libya is having a major impact on oil prices. The prices of the latest